Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of this Let's Play City Skylines series. And in the past episode, we continued in the downtown area and we also finally worked on our waterfall project, which I went ahead and did some work on in between episodes off camera. And I also went ahead and pushed the freshwater outlet backwards a little bit so that it's not as obvious on here. And additionally, I added another river into the back over here that floats into our other artificial river, and that'll run just behind the university. So I thought that would be a really nice touch for our students over here. If they want to have a nice quiet time to study, they can just go ahead and study on the river banks over here. In the downtown area, once again, I just expanded a little bit more. We do have a hotel district now, so these guys can have a nice view of the lake. We do have the Science Expo Center, or just the Expo Center, and the Science Center will follow as well very soon on this bigger boulevard over here. I didn't go ahead and we haven't crossed the river yet. I'm not sure which way we want to go, if we want to touch down on all the main little islands, or if we just want to keep them as nature preserves eventually. Hopefully once the Park Life DLC comes out we can do that. And so I'm not sure if it'll cross over here or cross up here with the wooden bridge that I seriously love. I want to show you guys just once again how cool this bridge looks. I'm just such a huge fan of it and I think it would be perfect, but it's just not able to carry all the traffic. Maybe, oh, you know what? We could have it in the back here for the university students. Let's see if it's... You do need it to be a certain length for the little house to show up. Yeah. We'll figure something out. We'll do that in another episode. We'll get it together, don't worry. I do definitely want to use that bridge somewhere. So, downtown areas laid out a little bit more. I did add some ferry stops, which I haven't turned on yet. I just wanted to see what that looks like. And we'll connect those to the island over here, our party island, where we'll have some restaurants and all the other tourism buildings, the fishing pier and the jet fishing tours, jet ski rentals, and so on. Now, let's go ahead. In this episode, we're going to focus on the transport hub, as our traffic flow is actually still doing fine. But I'm worried that soon, it's still an 83%, but over here it is getting a little bit crowded, especially this traffic light over here. And yeah, leaving downtown, it's getting very crowded as well. So we do need a lot more transportation options in this city. Yeah, this is getting crowded as well. So let's go ahead and start on the transport hub. There is a high demand for housing, so I'm gonna go ahead and quickly plop down the residential zone right across from the transport hub over here. Nothing big, just something small real quick. And I'm gonna go ahead and use the asymmetrical road, because this road is actually really good at handling high traffic, just because you can do so many things with it. So over here you can swap it out and have 2 lanes exit. And I'm just gonna do something real quick here off of camera, and then I'll be right back with an update for you. Alright, here we are once again. The neighborhood is completed. I did mix some low residential and high residentials over here to make the area seem a little bit more realistic, as we are in the suburbs out here. With the high residentials, you don't have to squeeze them all next to each other and make some different sizes and stuff. So you can have a couple of 4x4s or 3x3s or just 2x4s. And that really adds some realism, especially if you add a couple of trees right here in the middle of them. The low residentials, you can squeeze them next to each other, or you can put them further apart as well, as I did over here, if you want to go for a more realistic look. And even then, you can have different sizes of buildings as well, like different square sizes. So that adds to the realism as well. Over here, I put a 4-way stop sign just to make sure that all the kids can get to school safely. Elementary school right here with basketball court and a tennis court, as well as a playground over here. And once again, we just had to make sure that everything is nicely connected with pathways. A little bit of a yoga garden right here. And sometimes it is seriously okay to just leave open areas and fill them in with trees, as that can help the realism of the whole town as well. You won't always see in every city, like every single area of every neighborhood is inhabited by people. No, that doesn't happen like that, and also it wouldn't be that pretty to look at. Especially next to cemeteries, I like to keep a little bit of a space. I don't think that I can squeeze anything in here just because of the bug that we've been having on consoles. Yeah, it gets placed but it disappears. So hopefully they fix that one. But yeah, here we have a little neighborhood that should ease the demand, and it did for our residential zones, and people will move in over here quite fast. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started with our transportation hub. This is a nice big area right next to downtown, and I was actually thinking of doing another a mini transportation hub out here later on, as it will connect this residential zone. But for now, let's focus on this. And another thing I forgot to mention is these little roads are so useful. They can handle high demand. So I always like to use them for connector roads in between two big avenues. And then I have them over here as well, connecting this side to over here. And in the middle, you can just switch them around wherever you think that people are going to turn. So then you can easily create turn lanes as well. Alright, so now onto the transportation hub. I was thinking definitely we should use the, where is it? The monorail one with the train station, as we do want to make use of all of those. But we won't put it on here. We'll create a little bit of a road right in the middle of this, maybe even connect it to over here. And that way we can get everybody in there. So let me just connect this police station right here. Alright, so let's grab a road. It would make sense for us to grab the bus lane, as we are going to assume that lots of buses are going to use that. Try to keep this as straight as possible. So we'll go right over here, straight, and then straight across over here. Pause the game for a second to make sure the electricity supply is not completely destroyed. Alright, awesome. So, let's go back ahead and we'll grab the Metro Monorail hub with the train station. That could work over here. Ideally, I'm wondering, yeah, that might be better actually. Doing just another street over here as an inlet, and then placing that over there. So let's have a street run straight through the middle, and now we'll grab that and we'll have it over here, over there, whichever side really, doesn't really matter. We'll plop it down right here. So this will be the beginning of our main transport hub. It has officially began. Our city is evolving. We'll continue this on a little bit further just so it doesn't look as odd. And now we need to make sure that our tram can connect to this area over here. So let's grab the tram tracks. We'll have it continue over here and maybe make a little bit of a bend. Go right through there. And we'll just have you continue on straight. You can have a little bit of a crossing here. And have you finish over here. And then we'll just have you loop around. This is not all final, of course. We might still change this, but for now, that'll work. Now we'll add another stop right over here in just a second. So let's connect this thing with water. pipes run there. And now connect this with water. Perfect. I love the way this looks, especially if it's busy with all the trains running around, and especially in a town like this this is going to be really easy to maneuver with public transportation, as you can just create huge loops with everything. So temporarily, let's grab this and we'll put that there. Perfect. Now, to make things even more connected, of course, you can grab the road and you can add it over here. Make sure that whenever you do this, of course, you leave enough distance in between over here so that if there's a little bit of a pile up, it doesn't affect the whole street as much. Like over here, if we realize that this is getting too crowded, we could just get rid of this for now and just add a stop sign for the trams to cross when safe, or if it gets really bad, we could just have them go over on the bridge. So, next up, let's connect this over here with pedestrian paths, as there's a bridge right there, so that'll be nice. And over here we could do, let me see if that would work actually. Maybe not this street, but if we did this, then you got a crossway over here, and you can add traffic lights right there for people crossing over. We'll see how that ends up, but it makes sense so that people can have easy access to the tram over here. And same thing goes over here. We'll just have this run right across. Space already occupied, so maybe just go back a little bit further. Go straight, and then just loop around this whole area. And then you connect over here. And then I think you would be able to upgrade this area. It's wrong street again. Yep, if you do trees, grab the asymmetrical road. You can really do this with any road. And then over here, this shouldn't be too bad. You can just do 2 stop signs, and then people can cross over there. Of course, you can do the same thing with bridges and just bring them over to the other side, but I like using the tram tracks, the crossings. So we need a bus hub still, a bus terminal, so that could go, I'm trying to think real quick. If we do the bus terminal, there was actually something, there's a tram with bus terminal. That is right here, monorail and bus hub. So, should we do that? We already have a monorail hub. We can just have 1 monorail stations. People want to hop off to the trains over there, or we could just do the regular bus station over somewhere in here. Thinking, what would look better? Okay, so here we are. This might not be the prettiest looking transport hub ever, but I guarantee you this should work out just fine. And I expanded the tram tracks over here, which are already being heavily used by these pretty folks over here from these apartment buildings over here. And they're all using the crosswalks like good citizens. Good job, guys. And this guy should stop as there is a traffic light over here now. Yep, and we are in desperate need of more trams. I did put the transport tower over here just so they can administer the whole area. Over here we got the metro and the monorail and the train tracks, and we are in need of power, I'm realizing really quick over here. Oh yeah, we destroyed that part. So let's just run this right across over here and connect up here. Perfect. So over here we got the metro monorail train hub, as we'll have trains come from the outskirts and stuff like that. We'll have this whole area connected. I'm actually thinking of adding a train station right now on the outskirts over here, just so we can get some trains going. The monorail is gonna run right along this outer loop over here. So it's gonna go right over here and cross over there. This is a hotel that needs power, so I try to power those up right away so they don't leave and get sad. So we'll have the monorail run over here. Traffic is starting to back up, unsurprisingly. The bike paths are still heavily being used, so that's awesome. We'll probably definitely add a bike path now over there, so all these people can bike over to the transportation hub. But yeah, this definitely needs to be worked on real fast. And then I was thinking of either putting down the, what's it called, the bus station itself over there. But then I thought if people wanted to connect to the buses, they could just stay on the monorail over here. And I turned these into one-way monorails. As you can see, only one part. Not sure what we'll do with the other side. Maybe we'll connect it to that later on, but it doesn't really look too bad. And actually, let me see if we can upgrade that. That way it won't look that weird. Go to monorail and let's see. Upgrade. No, it doesn't, because it's the street. We have the monorail avenue, so those will always be two. But yeah, we'll just have that go in a loop like that. And then turn back around, and we actually need to connect this side now as well over here. So we'll just go straight out from there, and then you'll connect over here. Perfect. So the monorail will run in a loop. The trains will mainly service the outside. Maybe we'll have a train station over here for the university park. And then we'll have the bus exchange over here. I think this should be sufficient. I'm not even sure how many bus lines there are over here. There's place for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 in total. If we need more, I was thinking we can edit the tram a little bit further and just go out here and then place a road down here and put the train station over there and have the tram run around it. But I am pretty sure that we do need to add more trams desperately. So yeah, let's go ahead and get some lines going over here. I'm gonna, first things first, add more trams. Because as we can see, oh boy, yeah, we need a lot more trams. I think this is that stop right there. They're all full, so let's go with 10 trams. That will clog up traffic a little bit further, but once we have more transportation options for these guys, that should all solve itself really quick. And then of course we have the metro, which will have run straight in the middle of downtown over there. So I'm gonna get some lines going overhead for us, get the monorail set up, and I'll be right back for you. Okay, so the monorail is up and running. It's definitely one of the harder ones to do because you have to actually remove this piece of road, and then you gotta add in the monorail station, and that'll always cause buildings to despawn because the building thinks that the road is gone for good, but then you gotta reattach all the roads, so it's definitely a little bit of a pain in the butt. But I went ahead and just completed that loop like we said, and I don't think we will need that many monorails right away, 3 vehicles. Maybe we'll just have 2 for each one of them, and then we'll see how that goes. And we had to remove the little rock in the roundabout, sadly, but that's okay. And then we have it run next to the residential, or next to the offices over here. And maybe now that there's going to be more traffic over here, more foot traffic, we'll add a traffic light now just to make it safer for all the people. And over here probably too, as that is a crossing now, a busy one that is too. Yep, I just had the monorail run, and I did not add a station over here even though I wanted to, but if you place monorail stations right next to the residential zones, they always complain of the noise and they get sick, they have to go to the hospital. So I just skipped out on them, and we'll service these guys with underground stations, subways, and the bus routes. So let's grab the buses that we have circling this area. This is a tram, right? Yeah. So let's grab this white bus and tell him that when you're over here, you're gonna stop right here and then go back to where you belong. And then we have this residential bus, which can stay the way he is. And we'll just go ahead and create a new bus line right now for the downtown area. And first of all, you don't have to go over here actually, since since the monorail was served now. So let's have you go over here. Definitely don't stop anywhere on this bridge, that is for sure. But we can just have him go right here. I'm a little bit worried over here. But we'll have you go right there. Have you stop over here. And you'll service the first half of the downtown area. Go right there, stop there. Stop right here. We won't have you run right in the middle of downtown, of all these commercial buildings. Maybe we'll have an inner downtown bus as well. So we'll do that, and then we have to do the ferries. I just saw that too. Those will be fun. And you'll stop here for future purposes. And you will go back and connect over here with the bus. Actually, we'll have you stop over here too. Pick some people up before you turn. Try not to put bus stops on over here, as let me see, over here, as that could create lots of traffic. And even this right here, I just realized is not such a good idea, because the bus will be all the way on the right lane, and then he'll have to switch over. So if you want to have them turn left, do it a little bit further back so that they have an adequate time to cross over to the left over here, or else they'll create traffic as well. So we got this service. Now let's do another quick line over here. Have them start in the middle right here. And this can be our central downtown line. So once this guy is here, he'll connect to these guys. So all these people can swap over here and go over there, and we'll have you run across along the river. Pick up people from here and there. And then go over here. And I'm hesitant about making more buses take this route so it's not as crowded. So I'll just have them run right there. Jump into the roundabout. You can stop right here. And then go over here. I'm wondering if I should add another stop over here. Maybe make this one right there. Right across the park. Oh, that didn't work. Right by the park. These guys are a little bit sad now, but to compensate, you can add a stop over here for these guys. Perfect. And then normally I would add another bus line that goes that runs parallel, but that's not needed as we have the monorail over here now. And let's see actually how many people are using this monorail. I'm not really sure. Yeah, there's a couple people using it. 17 out of 180. Once this area becomes more populated, these will fill up as well a little bit more. And we'll have the subway, of course. And yeah, so here we have it, guys. This is the beginning of our transport hub, and our city is growing. Hopefully these couple of bus lines, I'm gonna go ahead and add a couple more bus lines off of camera just to help ease traffic over here, really. Oh, and one last thing before I go away. Over here, as soon as you put these down, people will start crossing. So you can just add traffic lights over here. And on this side, I added a stop sign, as I'm not really sure where they'll cross. Got rid of that one. But people will cross eventually. If you want to make it more realistic, add traffic signs, add traffic lights. And over here, as I am closer to the traffic light over here, I just didn't do a stop sign over there, but these guys still have to stop. Just so it's a little bit more realistic. And these for all the tourists. You usually, thinking, yeah, you have to rezone after you do that as well. So over here, nothing happened, but this needs to be rezoned. But yeah, I hope this got you guys a couple more ideas if you're wanting to do a transport hub, as we try to add as many pedestrian paths as possible and keep the city still very walkable. Hope you guys had fun. And yeah, hope you guys liked the video and subscribe for another episode. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time.